Hello friends, welcome to Kamat Astrology. Today's topic is Rahu Ketu transit on 18th May 2025. That is, Rahu will move from Pisces to Aquarius and Ketu will move from Virgo to Leo on 18th May 2025. So in this video, we will try to get a deeper understanding of the impact of this transit on the world and on all ascendants. We will also look at past similar events that have happened when Rahu and Ketu entered Aquarius and Leo respectively. So this chart shows the transit of Rahu into the sign of Aquarius and Ketu into the sign of Leo or Sinh on 18th May 2025 at 4:30 p.m. IST. Now, what is the sign of Aquarius? The sign of Aquarius is associated with innovation, groups, technology, and humanitarian efforts. So, Rahu's movement here suggests a period marked by technological advancement and social reform. You may witness movements or a surge in movements advocating for social justice and equality. But remember, Rahu has a shadowy nature, and that shadowy nature can introduce unpredictability, civil unrest, or protests throughout the world. Now, Ketu, on the other hand, is moving into the sign of Leo or Sinh, and Leo represents power, leadership, authority. So, Ketu represents detachment, Ketu represents leaving things, Ketu represents suppression, Ketu represents deep introspection. So, this may prompt a re-evaluation of leadership structures worldwide. It can manifest as challenge to established authorities, leading to political upheavals, shift in governance, and in many countries there could be a regime change once Ketu moves into Leo. Now, Rahu in Aquarius can influence global alliances, lead to new coalitions or conflicts also, because the sign of Aquarius deals with groups, it deals with diplomacy, it deals with your network of friends. Now, let me cover the impact of this transit on every ascendant. So, we will begin with the Aries ascendant or the Mesh Lagna. So for the Aries ascendant or Mesh Lagna, Rahu is entering your 11th house of Aquarius and Ketu is entering the 5th house of Leo. So what is going to happen? You will have an increased focus on social networks, aspirations, and you will try to attain potential gains through unconventional means. Now, Ketu in Leo can detach you from romantic pursuits. Children may move away from you in this time period, but this period is favorable for spiritual or creative endeavors. Now, for the Taurus ascendant or the Vrushabh Lagna, Rahu enters the 10th house of Aquarius and Ketu enters the 4th house of Leo. This means on the career front, there will be advancements using unconventional path. You will get increased public recognition. But with respect to domestic matters, Ketu's presence in the 4th house can create detachment from domestic matters. It can also give you relocation or change in residence or some disputes related to property. For the Gemini ascendant or Mithun Lagna, Rahu moves into the 9th house of Aquarius, Ketu goes into the 3rd house of Leo. So because Rahu has moved into your 9th house, there will be a strong desire for higher learning, foreign travel, exploration of diverse philosophies. And because Leo, in which Ketu is present in the 3rd house, it will cause a reduced interest in routine communication, challenges with siblings or neighbors. Now for the Cancer ascendant or Kark Lagna, Rahu transits into the 8th house of Aquarius while Ketu moves into the 2nd house of Leo or Sinh. So it is going to result in an increased interest in occult sciences, exploring mysteries, and this transit of Rahu in your 8th house can give you sudden gain or loss. The transit of Ketu in the 2nd house shows detachment from family, material possessions, and misunderstandings can come because of some wrong speech or talk that you may indulge in. For the Leo ascendant or Sima Lagna, Rahu transits the 7th house of Aquarius, while Ketu now enters your ascendant or the 1st house. So, when Ketu enters the 1st house, it is going to result in self introspection and a lot of personal transformation. Rahu in the 7th house can give unconventional partnerships, more than one relationship, and progress in business collaborations. For the Virgo ascendant or Kanya Lagna, Rahu enters the 6th house of Aquarius and Ketu enters the 12th house. So, definitely, you will need to focus on your health, daily routine, and Rahu in the 6th house will give you an opportunity to overcome enemies, diseases, and competition. But it will also give you these things. Ketu in your 12th house encourages you in spiritual pursuits. It can also give you losses, possible foreign travel, and interest in spirituality. For the Scorpio ascendant or Vrishik Lagna, Rahu transits the 4th house of Aquarius, Ketu transits the 10th house of Karma, that is in the sign of Leo. So, this will cause a big change in your domestic life. You may also go for some potential real estate investments. There might be a desire for a unique home environment. On the career front, there will be a shift in your career priorities and you may get interest in non traditional professions. For the Sagittarius ascendant or Dhanu Lagna, Rahu transits the 3rd house of Aquarius, Ketu transits the 9th house of Leo. So, Rahu in your 3rd house will give you increased courage and initiative to pursue new skills and go on short distance travels. Ketu in the 9th house will make you question traditional belief systems, your own belief systems, and it can give you potential challenges from gurus, father, or bosses or higher authorities. For the Capricorn ascendant or Makar Lagna, Rahu transits the 2nd house of Aquarius, Ketu transits 8th house of Leo. So there will be a focus on accumulating wealth through odd ways or breaking rules, change in your family dynamics. And Ketu in your 8th house can cause an interest in metaphysical subjects. However, you need to be cautious if you are investing in joint finances or even in your dealings with your in laws. You need to take care of your health also. Ketu in the 8th house can cause an increased interest in occult sciences. Now, for the Aquarius ascendant or Kumbh Lagna, Rahu enters the 1st house, that is your ascendant, and Ketu transits through the 7th house of Leo. So, there will be a desire for personal recognition and unique identity. Rahu in your 1st house will make you self obsessive. On the other hand, Ketu in the 7th house can cause detachment from partnership and re-evaluation of certain relationships which may not be working well for you. Now, for the Pisces ascendant or the Meen Lagna, Rahu enters the 12th house of Aquarius, Ketu enters the 6th house of Leo. And therefore, this will cause an inclination towards spiritual practices, and you will also possibly go on foreign travel or travel to distant places. But Ketu in the 6th house can give challenges in your daily work life, and you will have to focus on holistic health practices. Ketu here forms a Shatru Hanta Yog, that is, it will help you overcome diseases and enemies. But first, you will have to go through some of these problems. The next thing we'll do now is to analyze historical patterns, that is, when was Rahu in Aquarius and Ketu in Leo in the past. So, in the year between September 2006 to April 2008, Rahu was in Aquarius, Ketu was in Pisces. During that time, there was a global financial crisis in the year 2007-2008. We had the subprime mortgage crisis in USA, which led to global economic downturn with major financial institutions collapsing in 2008. So you can expect a similar trend in 2025-2026 involving economic turbulence, stock market fluctuations, unexpected financial shocks. Then in 2007-2008, there was a rise in social media and technology. So that time Facebook, Twitter, they were new things and it saw a massive global expansion. So there was a change in communication and politics. Now, currently similar disruption is coming due to AI, blockchain and digital platforms. Now in 2006-2008, there was a lot of turmoil in South Asia. Pakistan saw the return of Benazir Bhutto as the Prime Minister and her assassination happened in December 2007. In India, general elections were held in 2009, which was shaped by the economic crisis and security issues. You should know that Mumbai had a terrorist attack in late 2008. There was a geopolitical conflict also between Russia and Georgia. There was a war in 2008 and there was growing tension in the Middle East. So right now in 2025 also, you are seeing the Russia-Ukraine war, which is already there. And there is a potential turmoil in the Middle East in 2025, along with problems in Europe and South Asia. Before this, during the time period of 1988 to 1990, Rahu was in Aquarius, Ketu was in Leo. So in 1989, we saw the fall of the Berlin Wall. That was a major shift in global power dynamics and collapse of communist regime in Eastern Europe. In 2025-2026, significant geopolitical upheavals resulting in the fall of authoritative regimes and restructuring of global alliances will happen. Then in 1990, we had the economic liberalization in India. So the Rajiv Gandhi Narasimha Rao government that paved the reforms for India's economic policies in 1990s. Similar reforms are now expected in 2025-2026. Then in China, there was the Tiananmen Square protests in the year 1989, where a lot of students protested in China and they were brutally suppressed. Now, because of Rahu in Aquarius, Ketu in Leo, we may see similar large pro-democracy or civil rights protests in the year 2025-2026. Let us go back another 18 years. So, we will go back to the period of 1969 to 1971. So, in 1971, we had the Bangladesh Liberation War. There was an Indo-Pak war and that resulted in the creation of a separate country called Bangladesh. Similar issue can now happen in South Asia. Then in that same time period, the Vietnam War intensified. United States escalated involvement and this led to lot of protests. Possibility of military escalation now in the conflict zone is seen in 2025-2026. Now in the year 1969, there was a moon landing, that is an astronaut landed on the moon. And we saw major advances in space exploration. So right now in 2025-2026, you will see significant advances in space exploration and space technology. Let us go back another 18 years, you will reach the period of 1951, 1952. So that time there was the end of the Korean War and there was a shift in power post the World War II. First general elections were held in India in 1952. So period of democratic strengthening with political shifts can now be seen in 2025, 2026. Now let us understand what will happen in specific countries. Say in United States of America in 2025, 2026, you can expect protests, civil unrest similar to the George Floyd protest in 2020. There could be a constitutional crisis, leadership assassination or change, and tensions with Russia, China, and Iran will remain for the United States of America. NASA and SpaceX, you can expect lot of advancement in space technology, AI, biotechnology dominance, and of course, there will be recession and stock market crash. For China, we can expect pro-democracy protests, China getting involved in naval war either with Taiwan or with India, and dissatisfaction amongst the general public with the government of China. In Iran, we can clearly see a regime change coming. Iran may possibly get involved in some kind of nuclear tensions or nuclear war, and Iran will try to focus more on its oil exports now. Overall, what does this transit bring us or bring to us in the year 2025-2026? So, one is economic uncertainty, stock market crash, finance policy changes, economic crisis can be worse than what we saw in 2008, and there can be a major rise in protests, movements, civil rights. There is a risk of war in South Asia, Middle East, and Europe, and AI boom supported by robotics, space tech advancements. Lastly, I would like to particularly cover the impact on India because Rahu enters the 10th house and Ketu enters the 4th house of Leo. India as a Taurus ascendant. So, what is this going to result in? It is going to result in an increased emphasis on governance, international relationships, and public image. India may experience heightened global visibility, significant diplomatic engagements, and shift in its foreign policy because of Rahu's presence in Aquarius. So, Rahu can bring an unconventional approach to leadership or governance, resulting in unexpected political alliances or innovative policies. However, Ketu in the 4th house of Leo will lead to dissatisfaction amongst the public. Domestic affairs may suffer, including internal security in India. Agriculture may suffer, and there will be a strong need for national identity. Basically, Rahu in Aquarius may give a surge in ambition and desire to get prominence on the world stage. Rahu in Aquarius in India will cause reforms in land policies and real estate policies. There will be a renewed focus on cultural roots because of Ketu's presence in Leo, and Ketu in Leo can give strong dissent against the leadership to the general public. So, to summarize, for India, the government will try to increase its international focus, diplomatic relationships, and nation building image, but within the country, there will be internal problems such as recession, protests by people against the policies of the government, and lot of domestic issues such as religious turmoil. Ketu in the 4th house can cause terrorist attacks in India or lot of problems and losses at a gross domestic level. Ketu in the 4th house in the Leo ascendant can change the leadership structures, cause lot of dissatisfaction with leadership, and it can also give a military standoff very soon with China or Pakistan. So friends, in this 20-minute video, I have tried to cover everything that is what is the impact of Rahu Ketu transit on the world, on all ascendants, on specific countries such as USA, China, Iran, and India. And also, we have explored the past historical patterns when Rahu was in Aquarius and Ketu was in Leo. And we have seen what happened then and what we can expect now. So I will conclude here. If you like this video, please mark it as liked on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to our channel, you can do so by clicking the subscribe button. You can write to us at astrosevaworld@yahoo.com, or you can visit our website astroseva.tripod.com. So friends, thanks a lot. Bye. Take care and stay safe. I will see you soon with another video.